Hello, everyone. Welcome to another middle of the week. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're having a wonderful week this week. I'm having a good one. It's been a great week here in Lincoln, weather-wise, and I'm enjoying that. Hey, my name is Michael Halfhill. I'm the lead pastor at the Piedmont Park Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I wanted to just share an exciting Bible verse with you. I did a Bible study today with a young gal, and we were talking about what heaven was going to be like, and this is one of the most exciting verses in all the Bible. So let me ask you a question. When you get to heaven, where are you going to sit? Have you thought about that? Maybe not too much, right? We're just like, I don't know. I'll just kind of sit in a bench and be happy that I'm there, right? Or I'll sit in the corner and try to not cause trouble. Let me tell you where you're going to sit when you get to heaven. It's from Revelation chapter 3 and verse 21. It says, to him or to her, to him who overcomes, I will grant to sit with me on my throne, just as I overcame and sat down with my Father on his throne. So Jesus tells us where we're going to sit. And of all the places that we're going to sit in heaven or in the new universe that we're going to be a part of, in a world without sin, Jesus says you're going to sit right down next to me on my throne, which sounds unreal to think like, me? No, I on your throne? No. And for the most part, we don't even understand thrones, because when we think of thrones, we think of like one chair that the king sits on, and maybe people are sitting in other thrones nearby him, but there's one throne that the king sits on, and it's made for one person. But back in the Middle East, when they had a throne, it was actually more of a couch. It was something that you could sit down next to the king on. And so that wasn't unheard of for their thinking. That made perfect sense. What doesn't make perfect sense is the fact that we, who are going to be forgiven sinners, Jesus says we can sit down on the throne with him just as he overcame and sat down with God the Father on his throne. Unbelievable. That's the love of God, because we certainly do not deserve to sit there. Right? I don't know if you've ever been sitting somewhere and had to move because you were sitting in the wrong spot, maybe at a sporting event or a concert or something, like, oh, I got the wrong ticket, I'm sorry, and you have to move. That's what it would feel like if we sat down there. I'd expect someone to come along and usher us out, like, move along, you don't belong here. No, that's not what happens. Instead, Jesus says, come here, right here, right next to me. What a beautiful, beautiful thought. What a picture. Still trying to wrap my mind around it, and I hope you will too. It's really good to go through Revelation 2 and 3 and look at all the times at the end of those letters. Each letter in chapters 2 and 3 ends to a letter to the church saying, to him who overcomes, I'll do this, I'll do that, you'll get this. Look at those. That can be very encouraging for you. So friends, I hope that just gave you a little pick-me-up here on this Wednesday, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Please join us this coming Saturday for our Bible study time at 9:30 and our worship time at 11 o'clock, both online and in person. Be a great service to be at this weekend. We're continuing our walk through, our journey through the book of John, the Gospel of John, and we're looking at John chapter 9, and we have a special friend who's coming to speak this week. His name is Dexter Thomas. He's the president of Christian Record Services here in Lincoln, which is our ministry to the blind around the world. And he's going to be here to share with us. And I think it'll be a huge blessing. So I hope you'll join us this coming Saturday at 11 o'clock for that. Friends, take care. Have a great rest of your week. And remember where you're going to be seated someday.